Greetings, Earthlings. 'Tis I, Outfoxed, and I am the worst video gamer in the world. And you're watching Bethany Orphan of the Wastelands, Episode 13, Oasis. Alright, last week I was showing off the Chinese stealth armor, and couldn't get it to work. And so here it is, in all its glory. Go to sneak, and it gives you an invisibility field. I'm not sure if it's intended this way, or just because I have a high level of sneak already. In vanilla, it gives plus 25 sneak, which is just an overwhelming amount of sneak. Effectively, I'm completely invisible, and the mobs don't notice me unless they physically touch me. Like I said, it's combat armor. In vanilla, it gives 30 damage resistance, and that's just overpowered. Let's see, I finally got around to making a med kit. The forceps are just hard to find. They're extremely rare. It weighs 3 pounds, but it gives you a bonus of 10 points to your medical skill. Okay, this is the Greener Pastures. This radioactive or hazardous waste disposal site. And that's my reason for coming here. Bing, there we go. We now have, well, I think we should have 10 agility. 8 agility. Alright, so here we are. Now, way north on the map. I'll bring up the map here, show you where I'm at. Way north on the map. Easiest is to go to MPL 13 power station and follow the monorail tracks almost to the completion of the map. There's a cliff, and with a little cleft in it. It's very nondescript, and you almost walk past it. You can get a waypoint by a random encounter. You run into somebody who mentions Oasis, and they give you a waypoint. Anyway, in this little cleft, it turns into a path. You start wandering around the path, and wow, there's a tree here, and it's growing. I mean, that's you don't see many growing plants in the wastelands. And you turn, there's some more, and a couple of guys hanging out. You have discovered Oasis.
Outsider, you have arrived. Please come closer. I have something of the utmost urgency to speak to you about. Do hurry. He doesn't like to be kept waiting. I'm so glad you're here. It's been a while since anyone's visited us, and he's been waiting for someone like yourself to arrive. If you wouldn't mind following me, I'll bring you right to him.
Just a minute. Who are you, and what is this place?
I'm sorry. In my excitement, I got ahead of myself. I'm Tree Father Birch, and I have the great fortune of being leader of his people, the Tree Minders. Beyond that gate is our home, Oasis.
Who's waiting for me inside?
Why, he is, of course. If you'll just follow me to the pavilion, all will be explained.
Okay, I'll follow you. Lead on.
Excellent. Please follow me. All will be explained soon.
So, this is a very pretty area, and it's unique to the wastelands. There's actual living trees and plants and things growing here.
You have no idea how overjoyed I am to see you. Normally, outsiders are forbidden inside Oasis, but he has made an exception.
I've never seen any place like this.
No, I suppose you haven't. In fact, few who live outside of Oasis have. Everything you see around you, from the tallest tree to the smallest blade of grass, is a gift from him.
The way you're saying him, I could swear you're referring to a god.
He's no mere god, my friend. He is the one who grows. He is the one who gives. And he is the one who guides. Thanks to him, the Tree Minders have a home.
I may be willing to help, but I need straight answers about who he is.
I would have preferred that he made the introduction, but I understand your hesitation. The Great One is a God tree. A living, breathing, speaking God tree. The tree minders are blessed to have this being watch over us.
Why do you call yourselves tree minders?
We care for this place and keep it safe from those who would seek to exploit it. He gives to us, so we give back to him. It's an arrangement that's worked well for almost 2 decades. We shun technology and embrace nature. That's the life of a tree minder.
So what was all this about a meeting?
Yes, my apologies. I don't speak to outsiders very often, and I tend to get lost in conversation. As you approached Oasis, he said you were coming, and I was sent out to meet you personally with a request. He wishes to meet with you. You'd be the first outsider to do so in a very long time.
I would be honored to meet this person.
Yes, person. To meet him, you must undergo the ceremony of purification. Once that's complete, you'll be able to speak to him. Whenever you're ready, we may begin.
Just a minute. What does this ceremony involve?
It's simple, really. You drink the sap from the basin here in the pavilion. The sap will purify your mind and body of anything harmful that could possibly hurt him. I assure you, nothing harmful will happen to you.
Okay, let's begin the ceremony.
Very good. Take your place in front of the basin and let's begin.
Oh, I'm gonna get ganked.
Drink of the sap from the basin. Only then will he reveal himself. We will now recite the blessing to ward off any harm the outsider may be carrying before he proceeds to the grove.
I bid you depart, agents of destruction, through the power of his divine will.
Leave our homes and bodies immediately. Live no longer in them, but pass over into places where you can harm no one.
In the name of his frondescence, I call his wrath upon you, so that wherever you may go, you bear it with you.
And, diminishing from day to day, you may disappear, except where you serve the health and good purposes of mankind. May no trace of you be found.
All this may he be so good as to grant us, who is to come to judge the living and the dead, and the world by his verdure.
Amen. Soon, you will pass peacefully into sleep, outsider. And when you awake, you will witness his glory firsthand.
I had to giggle when they started talking and got the system pop up. You are sleeping. Or you're growing sleepy. I'm like, really? Okay, so you wake up and this really defies description. And this is I'll let it speak for itself. We're in a little grove here. Oh, a tree. Talk to the tree.
Come around to where I can see you.
What? What? Ah!
Glad to see you're finally awake. I can't believe they made you do that stupid ceremony. They listen when I talk, but they don't hear. You know what I mean?
I've never met a talking tree before.
Neither have I. Well, I talked to Herbert, but he never really says anything back. Do you, Herbert? He kept growing around me. Maybe for calling him Herbert all the time. His name's really Bob. I think it's funny when I call him Herbert, though.
So you're trapped in there, inside this Bob thing.
Well, I suppose you could look at it that way. See, Bob used to ride around on top of my head, sunk his roots right in there, you know. Well, eventually, he got bigger than me, and then I pretty much ended up inside.
How did a tree end up growing out of your head?
It was a long time ago. I tend to lose track. I was exploring some sort of a military base with some other people. I think it was called Mariposa. We were pretty deep inside and we found some weird vats of this nasty green goo. Right when we were about to leave, I think we were attacked. Yeah. Last thing I remember before blacking out was something knocking my friend into the stuff.
So the tree minder said you needed my help.
Yes, I do. Or I guess we do. Me and Bob, that is. I had you brought in here to ask a very simple favor. Would you please kill me?
Kill you? You can't be serious.
Completely serious. You'd be doing me a favor. You see, I've been stuck here for over 2 decades now, rooted right into the ground. The only friends I've got are Bob and those weirdos out there who think I'm a god.
If I kill you, every tree minder will come after me.
Oh, no, don't worry about them. When you decide to go down there, I'll have a little chat with Birch and the rest of the gang. They usually don't understand a word I say, but I'll make them come around.
How would I be able to kill you? You're a tree.
How to put this? I've been feeling rather spread out lately. I think Bob's kinda shoved my insides around some. It's hard to tell where everything is, but it's always that way with one's insides, isn't it? Anyway, I believe Bob's carried some of my organs into his root system. I want you to go underground and destroy my heart.
Okay, I'll do it.
You will? Oh, you made us so happy. Oh, isn't that right, Bob? Just give me a little time to say goodbye to good old Bob, and then I'll be ready.
Well, goodbye for now then, Herbert. Or was it Bob?
No. Herbert is the tree. Bob is his real name, but I call him Herbert because I think it's pretty funny. But I'm still in here too. What's left of me? The name's Harold.
All right, to summarize, this guy was a normal human, was investigating the army base, and stumbled into the room where they had forced evolutionary virus that they were experimenting on to create super mutant. There was evidently a fight. He fell into the vat. He didn't completely change into a super mutant, but he became immortal. And also, a tree started growing out of his head. Since he can't die, eventually the tree got bigger than him and stuck him to the ground. Now he can't do anything but stand there. And he wants somebody to put an end to his suffering.
And I'm telling you, you've got it all wrong. Why else would he have called for an outsider's assistance?
The outsider is here to deliver us from our enemies, to keep this place safely locked away from the wasteland, not to exploit us.
How can we preach about peace when all you want to do is keep his gift all to ourselves? That's not what he would want.
If we allow the spread of this miracle to continue, we're putting him in jeopardy. I can't allow that. I won't allow it.
Once again, my husband, we are at an impasse. I suggest we speak to the outsider.
Agreed. Why else would the outsider have been allowed into the grove? Perhaps it's a test. Yes, that must be it. I know why you're here, and despite what my wife thinks, I know you'll do what's best for Oasis. After all, he chose you, and he would never want to put us in harm's way.
He's not a god, Birch. His name is Harold.
Oh, he's testing you now, just like he tested us. He wants to see if your faith is strong by spinning these incredible stories. Who else but a god could produce all of this? Don't worry. You'll soon see things as I do.
Did you know your god wants me to kill him?
Yes, I've been pondering that riddle myself for some time now, and I think I know what he's trying to tell us. The Great One's influence is growing, and soon it will break free of the confines of this secluded vale. We can't allow Oasis to call attention to itself like that. It would be the end of him.
Killing him would stop his influence. So what can I do to help?
If the same sap that you drank to purify yourself could be applied to his heart, it should stop the spread. I can promise you no harm would come to him. That's all I ask of you, outsider. Nothing more, nothing less.
I love Birch, but sometimes I think he doesn't see the big picture. The spreading of his influence is not a curse. It's a great miracle, a benefit meant for the entire wasteland.
Doesn't anybody care what your god thinks?
Of course we do. He yearns to share his miracles with the whole world, to give the gift of life back to the dead wasteland. It's upsetting him to no end, but Birch can't see the pain it's causing. But now that you're here, I have a feeling the winds are about to change. I heard what my husband wanted you to do. What I propose is an alternative. The same person that created the sap also created this liniment. If you can reach his heart, it will assist him in making his influence increase. Instead of centuries, the wasteland will become green in mere decades. Just imagine how glorious that would be.
All right, so Harold, the tree god, wants us to kill him and put an end to his suffering. Birch wants us to leave him alive and make it so that his influence doesn't spread past Oasis in order to protect him from outside interference. Birch wants us to apply a liniment so that he will grow, so his influence will spread even farther, benefiting all of the wasteland. Got that? Good. Supplies! Oh, that missed. And I miss again. There we go. Third time's a charm. Yeah, this water. See here. Oh, hi. How you doing? Oh, doggone it. Okay, come on. Yeah, the water combat is horrific at best. Oh, nice. The Mirelurks are kind of... Well, the Kings aren't horrible. They just kind of got a goofy damage thing. They have a cone sonic attack. The Mirelurks themselves are severely armored except for their face. If you get a punch into their face, then you can win. Anyway, yeah, you can't fight in the water, but the mobs can. So, if you can see my hands are down, if I jump up, my hands come up. So, if the water is more than ankle deep, you can't fight. So, you're kind of reduced to taking damage. Oh, all the way around. There it is. Oh. Up. I'm not paying attention, got to messing around. Oh. Oh, I got ratted out by a rad roach. Yep. There he is. Look at that. Come on. Look like Mirelurk eggs. I guess they're not. I will devour your flesh. I don't know why I'm collecting Mirelurk meat. You can cook it, but I've got enough food back home already that probably make the end of the game before. Oh, and that's the sunken chambers, yes. Hello. There it is. Heart punch. I've gotten turned around. Where's my back? There we go. A 95% hit rating. There it is. Oh, there we go. Okay. Data local map. We're going the right way. Okay, nothing else around here. This is the beating heart of Harold. Now our options are protect Oasis by infusing the heart so that he stops growing, help the Commonwealth by putting the limit on the heart which will help him grow, or respect Harold's wishes and kill the heart. Well, honestly, from a practical standpoint, I want to kill the heart. For roleplay purposes, we can say putting the good of the many over the good of the few is hard to do when the good of the few are in your face and begging you to kill them. So Bethany is sympathetic to Harold. Destroy the heart. Now, for this, you get the bark skin perk. You've been exposed to Harold's mutation. Your skin is now hard as bark. Bark skin gives you an additional 5% damage resist. Depending on which way you go, you get various different gear. It's all kind of neat, but I wanted the bark skin perk. Yeah. You know, a little area here. I thought it was after the first door. It's actually after the second door. And I'm not sure if this is Harold's little cave. There's an area here. There's dead people. There's stuff that they've obviously brought. It wasn't Baseball glove, okay. Yeah, I'd like to think that this was Harold's original home, and the you're not hungry. Thank you. The remains of his original group. Yeah, great. Great accuracy there. Boom. Oh, that could not have happened at a better time. That was getting tense. Sniper rifle, please 10 value 2. Goodbye. Pulse pistol. There we are. Energy cells. What kind of damage is it? 20 damage. Heh. Two. Right. Oh, somewhere around here. Is that it? There we go. There's a quantum. And we're back. Oh, Tree Father Birch.
Welcome, outsider. Welcome to Oasis. The Great One is dead, slain by your hand. Don't worry, I hold no grudge towards you. You'll have to forgive my people at a time like this, outsider. They aren't used to being so lost. And for once, I don't have the words to help them.
I have to say, I'm surprised you aren't angrier with me.
Before you reached his heart, he imparted his last words to me. He told me about his will to die and how I mistook this for some mystical sign. How could I have been so blind? How could I have misled all these people? Perhaps, if I would have spent more time getting to know him, things would have turned out different.
What will become of Oasis?
Even though the Great One has left us, our memories of him will never die. With Bloomseer Poplar's help, I'm confident we can keep Oasis alive and carry on as tree minders. Go now, outsider. Go, but never forget the gifts the Great One bestowed upon us.
Alright, it's a little different for each outcome. You can follow Birch's path, or you can follow Laurel's path, or you can kill Harold like I did. It has no overseen effects on the game. You don't actually save the Commonwealth if you follow Laurel and apply the liniment to the heart. And of course, everybody's mad.
Hiya!
What will you do now?
Now that Harold's gone, I lost my bestest friend. All I want to do is cry. May you remain under the canopy of his protection.
It's a neat place. It's a great spot for roleplay purposes. It's the only place in the Commonwealth that has like blooming trees.
What is it, outsider?
What will you do now?
I will do my best to honor the Great One's memory by tending this place until my dying day. If anything, this place will become a memorial to him, lest we may forget.
I have to go.
Goodbye, outsider, and good luck.
You walk around, you can talk to the other druids who are notably upset, but there's nothing further here to do. There's no vendor to sell salvage to, no doctor to cure your wounds. It's a great place, but it kind of falls short. Neat quest, though. Neat quest. I'm going to make my way out. That's our episode. I thank you for watching, and hope you have a great night.
If you were entertained or educated at all, a thumbs up is always appreciated. Leave your questions, comments, and suggestions below. If you want to follow my series, feel free to subscribe. Outfoxed, a glorious tribute to doing things the hard way.